last week, so it's been 2 weeks or so, but last week, we had left off with a rather harrowing scenario. Three of you were chained literally to the wall, being fed as sacrifices to this ritual that the gnolls were performing. And as you started going through everything, you realized that the Triforce that had bonded to each of you was being ripped out. In the case of Kieran, his wolf form was physically ripped from his body so hard that he even lost a piece of kind of his own essence. Just he was left battered from that. Emily could feel the Triforce being ripped from her, but in Grimm's case, the Triforce was transferred to Alexander, and he was taking the brunt of all of that damage. It was leaving him racked with pain. He was getting ready to fuse with Hylia and the Triforce, and Grimm, in a moment of pure love, saved Alexander by creating a new pact through this kiss, through this bond of mutual affection between the two of them. Bitter and snappy and bitchy, but they have true emotions, and that formed a new pact. With that pact, Alexander will tell you, Grimm, that there'll be a couple of new things that can happen that he is being made aware of. So that look forward to that, just so he understands the pact and kind of what this is going to mean. There was also a moment with Nim and her stone, which everyone bore witness to in different ways. Kieran probably being the closest to it, as both of you were on either side of the shaman. Kieran having stabbed through her hand into the book, and then Nim kind of being behind her and eventually getting her into a chokehold as the battle subsided. Inside, this creature, this little hobgoblin-y looking thing with the incredibly deep voice, spoke to Nim and convinced her to use this gem, to use him, to use the creature and his perfect knowledge. And as such, she realized that there needed to be a sacrifice. Something had to be given, a sacrifice, in order for this spell to be abated. And she chose the shaman. And the shaman disintegrated literally in Yasin's hands, a puddle of bone and blood and muscle and goo and all the good stuff that makes a gnoll a gnoll.
Yum, yum.
Sugar and spice and everything nice. All just puddled down at his feet. And the spell was broken. And for a moment, you all saw Hylia's form descend back into Princess Zelda. But the Triforce shattered again because Ganon had gained enough power to still do something, whatever that was. You saw his particular Triforce, the Triforce of power, shoot up through the ceiling. Everything was crashing down. The world was literally caving in. And Grimm goes, Alexander, can you get us out of here? And with the help of Lunas, Estrella's deity, the two of them combined their powers for a brief moment and managed to whisk you all away to someplace safe, further down the passage, well past the cave-in and any of the lava and monsters that you had left behind. And so you all appear in a hallway with two rooms that you can both see. It's not a big hallway. There's two rooms on either side, and staircases, two staircases that kind of are behind you, if you will, leading up. And so we will start our session there in this room with Alexander and Lunas's last words being, this place is important, study it, learn, and Alexander making it clear that he's not going to die for anyone, Grimm, again. So that is where we will start today's session. You are in a cavernous, roomy place, two areas. Think of this as the Undercroft, another section of the Undercroft of the Hyrulean castle, at least based on what you can see. It has very similar look and feel to the other area that you were in, where all the mimics were. You would notice similar architecture and things like that. But there are two main rooms. To your left, so over here, if you want to move it over here, sweetie. Yeah. So on the left room over here, you can see that there is, it's an armory. There are chests, there are barrels, shields that are on the wall. There's weapons racks. There's also a, not a full forge, but a place where you could sharpen weapons, where you could perhaps craft things into a, maybe even something that would deal with enchanting and so forth. So this is more than just pure metal work over here. There's something magical in that side of the room. On the right room is filled with beakers and glass jars and vials with different colored liquids. There are books, tomes, old dusty relics around, piles of them in corners, bookshelves and others. There's an armoire. And you can see a table that has like test tubes and things like that, as if this is an alchemist's workshop, an area with potions and things and so forth. So those are the easy things to see. What's around you, though, is writing. All along the walls, in almost every bit of available space, there is writing written in Hyrulean Elvish. You have seen this script numerous times. Those of you that went through the cave, you recognize the script from the murals that you saw with Link when Kieran was holding the fire up to the walls, and you saw sort of the story of the Triforce being played out in the pictures and writings there. This writing is all over the place. No pictures, just writing, numbers, arrows, diagrams. It's almost as if a mathematician went nuts and just spewed all over the walls. There's a lot of writing.
Is it translatable?
Yes, absolutely translatable. If you were from Hyrule, you could easily read it. Or if you used, so yeah, of course it's translatable, Grim.
Are there any patterns in the writing?
Roll investigation.
Kieran is distracted by something. That is the first natural one.
Oh man.
Actually, can I request everybody to roll a perception check?
I was about to do that. I was about to ask to roll.
Let's do it right now.
If there's anything.
Sure.
Just to see if anybody notices something.
Yeah, let's do it. Everybody roll perception.
Since I'm starting with the nat one, I'll pull it out now.
14.
14.
22.
Hey.
23. All right, so my 20s. Here's what you see. Is there anything in particular that you would be looking for, or you just want to see what you see?
I want to know about the magical item.
You might have to look a little closer.
You got to look a little harder.
You might have to look
Okay.
You gotta be specific.
Then just the general area.
So what my 20s notice as you're looking around the room is that you can instantly spot the symbol of the Triforce within these writings. And it appears almost at a regular interval. If you were to say every 10 stones, Triforce, 10 stones, Triforce. It's not exactly that methodical, but pretty close to it. It's everywhere and seems to be an integral part of the writing. And with it, you see two words that are written above and below it. And the bottom word is almost always scratched out. So that is what you all would notice. The ones who are rolling in the teens, rather than focusing on the words, you get swept up more in the items. And you can instantly tell two main things. Since my two teens were definitely high in the Arcanas, you'll notice that the, not the forge, the, I should look up what the tool is that sharpens weapons. But the sharpening tool for the
Oh.
sword.
Saving stone, like sharpening stone?
Yeah, it's like the stone that
Whetstone.
The whetstone.
You can feel that there's a magical presence that comes from that, and some of the tools that are near it, the hammers and the kind of the tongs for grabbing things. And then you also are getting a sense from the table with the alchemy items, as if maybe there is a couple of interesting potions over there that are beyond the norm, if you will. Kieran knows he's in a room, and it has walls.
Good job.
Now here's how I'm gonna have the one for Kieran. Kieran, as you look and as you try to focus on what's going on around you, the ordeal that you have gone through has left you in more of a dire strait than you originally thought. You're used to pain. You've lost your arm multiple times. You know what it was like to lose your soul stone and be sucked through time, and to have to just bring yourself back up from the brink. You've been doing that since you met this party, but this time it's
Welcome.
there's a
You're on your own, kid.
that kind of falls over your body, and your vision starts to double and triple for a brief second as you kind of try to ground yourself as the adrenaline leaves you. And you notice you're the only person that when you breathe, you can see steam coming out of your mouth as if it's cold, but nobody else is doing that. And you see your breath. And if anybody looks at Kieran, which all of you would be looking around, and you would notice that Kieran's breath is coming out as cold steam vapor, just and you almost see some of it coming off of his rock arm, kind of the cracks and crevices in the rock arm. You see some steam lifting up off of that, and he appears as if he's, burning up in the cold, like you would see someone just.
Right. With my perception check, can I just like have a general idea of anything threatening around?
There is nothing threatening in
Okay.
this room at all. All
Okay.
of your danger senses are starting to calm. Everybody's feeling their adrenaline come back. This is a safe space. Alexander and Luna left you in a safe space.
Knowing that, I'm going to literally plop on the floor and like lean up against the wall and just, hold on. I'll need a second.
Kieran kind of tries to do the same, but like face plants the wall and like face plants the ground in the
Oh,
corner.
no, dear. Oh, dear. I can help.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna. Does touching him feel cold or
Yes.
okay?
So and it's not like a painful cold.
No,
it's
just
not
cold.
It's just cold. He feels cold.
Can I try to sit him up right first before talking?
Is this the first time you've touched Kieran that you can think of?
Yeah, I would say so.
Mhm.
So
Interesting question.
I would say that you probably wouldn't know if this was a natural state for a rock genasi
Right.
or for an earth genasi rather. But yeah, he's cold.
I'm about to lay my face on you, bud. That's very cold. Oh.
Do I from the essence that Aberath like passed on to me to like kind of reform my arm and everything, since I was like absent of my soul stone, do I feel any response to this feeling from that? Is there any kind of internal like biological feeling?
You have come close to death multiple times in your life. It feels similar. There's a part of your brain that goes, I'm not dying. I'm okay. My wounds aren't that bad. But in your chest, in that kind of that cavity of your chest, it feels like death is trying to hold you.
I will push myself up a little bit, like I am with like my cough. And I'm going to start to just like slightly recede the stone around like where it meets the skin, so it just kind of grips in, just to kind of like feel something, and just like kind of almost a kickback to like kick myself back into like a wake-up call, just a little bit of pain, and then I'm going to take a couple of just deep breaths.
Yeah,
and sit up
in,
against the wall.
out. You know, you gotta keep breathing. Breathe. You good?
And then I'll kind of shake it off, mostly pretending, and get up and kind of walk towards the artificer station.
Can I do, before he walks away, can I do like a medicine check to see if I can see if I know what's going on?
Sure, absolutely.
Ooh.
All right. 19.
Hey.
With a 19, here's what you notice. Earth Genasi anatomy and physiology and all that is not unknown to you, but it's not as you're not as well versed in it as you would be, say, humans or elves or things like that.
Yeah.
Genasi is a little on the outside of your spectrum, but you can tell that one, that Kieran is sort of faking being okay. You can definitely tell that he's sort of shaking that off. You've seen it numerous times with people who have come into the different places of medicine that you've practiced at, and you're like, nah, you're putting on a brave face. But you can't tell what it is. You're not sure if it's a wound of his, if it's a spiritual problem, if it's just a mental thing going on with him. You're not sure what particular, just that he's putting on a brave face.
Hmm.
Interesting.
I'm gonna play it off like everything's cool and like, hey, anybody want
Everything is
anything,
cool. That's you.
everybody want anything I don't know, enchanted, I guess. And I'll pull out a couple of my gems and kind of fish through them.
Ooh.
Around this time, Kieran, I want you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Anybody wondering where this is going?
You played your hand to a. You ever played?
Constitution saving. That would be a 24.
Wow.
Woo!
That's extremely-
Okay, good.
You are
That's a
feeling
19 plus 5.
effects,
Masculinity right
you-
now.
you
You want to
are
go to
feeling
war.
flexible. You are feeling the effects of having swallowed 2 magical items.
Oh,
You are in control. It's not pressing. You're not gonna lose it just yet, but you know where it is in your system, and you know that the time's coming to deal with your magical
Oh,
entanglement.
is there a bucket?
which direction?
Please. Wow.
Can I force myself to throw it up?
You certainly can. If you want to try doing that, I just want you to give me a straight D20 roll to see how successful you are. How many times you have to do this?
All right, that was just a straight 17.
Okay.
That's actually okay.
So as everybody watches, you're kind of going, hey, so anybody want anything enchanted? Right around that time, you just watch him kind of go paler than he normally is. Like he just goes ghost white and just starts hacking for a couple of seconds, and then this gem pops out into his hand amidst some bile and other things in his system.
I'm gonna say I'm a pass.
and a couple of seconds after Grim says that, and then it comes to ring. And it's no damage other than you may want to wipe yourself later, but yeah, you have got your gem and your ring that you swallowed in your wolf form. You managed to regurgitate those, and there they are.
Is there anything different about my the stuff that came out of me as well? Like any visual difference than just basically
No.
Just covered in puke.
Okay.
It's generic nasty puke. Yep.
Well, that was embarrassing. Sorry. But I guess I'm still feeling the effects of being a four-legged animal. Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right, man. Yeah.
I won't let you guys infuse with these. Put those in my pocket. And I'll pull out some fresh ones.
Now that should remind everybody that everybody found something.
Oh, that's right.
I don't want to do an Arcana check on my ring.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and pull that out and do that Grim Roll Arcana for me. And if everybody would like to, roll investigations or Arcana or things like that on your items, we can decide right now what you have.
17.
So Grim, as you pull your ring out, so your ring, it has a skull on it, and already you have an idea of what this ring should do if it has any magical properties to it. And just kind of sitting with it for a few minutes and feeling the eddies with it, and you sort of slip it onto your ring finger and kind of flex with that. And as you do, you can feel the necrotic energy of this ring. It is 100% attuned to the powers of necromancy. You don't know exactly what it's capable of, what spell it might unleash, because you need to attune to the ring. Attuning to an item is just a ritual. It's amount of time that you need to spend with that item, basically learning it, practicing with it. So if you were to use this ring right now, it'd be like using wild magic. Something would happen, and it could have a positive or negative effect because of your lack of attunement to it. But 100% that this used to belong to a necromancer, and they infused it with the ability to do something with the dead, to control them, to rise them, to kill them. Either way, it deals with the world of the undead. And you kind of hear her whisper that behind you. He just hears the sweet.
Did anybody else roll Arcana checks on their items?
Oh yeah, I did an Arcana check on my ring. I rolled a 21.
Okay, well, what was your ring? Describe it to me. I had a color to it and everything. Please tell me you remember your color ring, because I don't.
I did my checks on them.
I think yours was blue, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mine was,
Something
Ninja
with the
blue.
blue.
mine
That
was
was
a
her
blue.
Triforce stuff.
no, I think my ring was blue too.
Oh, it was?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
Those are for my items. You can choose which one's which. The ring
No,
and the
those
blue
are
orb.
good, man.
Yeah, I
Those
just
are
wrote
good.
down blue ring, Chris.
Blue ring, cool.
Ring.
And you had a blue ring as well.
I did.
Your ring, Estrella, as you kind of
Have the wing.
examine it, 21, right?
Yep.
So as you examine this, you instantly feel like a rush of air around you. That as you touch this ring, you can see that it sort of poofs up your hair a little bit and swirls around you. And it almost has a
Having a cover
playful
girl moment over
presence.
here.
It almost has a playful presence to it. And you can sense the air element within this ring. It has some sort of, again, air ability. You would need to attune to it, but you can tell that this has air-based magic.
Okay, cool.
I was this close to drawing Aang's little arrow on my head.
Yeah. I'll make a lot of fart jokes about this one. Okay.
Oh, buddy.
Tim notices that everyone's taking out these little items that we got. Oh yeah, I got some of those, and she's kind of already like sitting upside down with her legs up on the wall,
Yeah.
and laying with her back down. And she's like, oh yeah, and she takes them out. She has a ring with the blue ring that has etchings of waves on it,
Mhm.
and an orange gem that is warm to touch and almost looks like it has lava inside. And she's gonna be like, Yasin, what's that? It looks like something you would know about. Has waves on it. Looks kind of like a tattoo.
Yasin just like, yeah, it does.
Roll a history check for me, Yasin.
Ooh. History. 4.
You have no idea.
It's
So
blue.
This is pretty.
here's what you do know. You cannot tell if this ring has any magical abilities, but you do recognize the pattern on it. Not just that it's waves, but that it is specific to a Water Genasi clan that you're familiar with. In fact, you went to that particular village is too small of a word. It was bigger than a village, but it's a very close-knit community, this town. And you had gotten your tattoos there from an elder who not only knew how to make art, but knew how to infuse it with magical properties. The reason why your magic works the way it does with that tattoo. It's the same level of craftsmanship, the same artistic style. It's Genasi, but you cannot tell if it actually is imbued with magic or if it's just a pretty little trinket.
I guess, yeah. I hand it back to her and said, like, this looks like something I gave to a girl once. I don't know.
Oh, that's sweet. You can keep it. It's fine. I don't need anything like that. It's fine.
Trinket.
I then hold up my orange gem. I'm like, give it. Gems. What's this?
She's just scalping the group.
Do you grab it, Kieran?
Oh, to me?
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it and I'll analyze it.
Yeah, and I won't make.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to Yasin.
Oh, no.
So, Yasin, you now have in your possession a ring with water symbols on it.
What a trap.
Kieran, as you grab this stone, you can immediately sense an energy within it that is not purely elemental. It feels as if it has more of a personality, as if it may be a spirit trapped inside of this stone. And that's just at your cursory glance. You wouldn't consider it as strong a feeling as the soul stone that you carried for so long, but it shares some similarities. And there is the potential that perhaps that was its original intention, but it's definitely young, if you will.
Can I check and see if this came from the mines of basalt, like back home? Like, is this a familiar stone? Like,
Roll
could
history.
okay. Here.
I'm just
Oh my god, dude, I'm not kidding. I'm rolling insane. I have these two rolls for my items. I rolled an 18 and my history is 6. So 20 over. Okay.
The short answer is yes. The long answer, you know that this came from home. It feels like home. It smells like home. You kind of take it into your mouth and sort of taste the composition of it, knowing the mineral deposits and stuff. It tastes like home. It's probably fresh as far as like when it was uncovered. You can tell just by the way that it's the rough edges of it. It hasn't been refined. It didn't go through any of the normal processing that your village would have done with it after having been mined. This was either taken by someone in a hurry, or it was stripped after the fact. It was, cut from someone who didn't have a lot of experience with it. But it came from home. You know that for 100% sure it came from home.
This is a very special stone, and I recognize it. And I'm gonna pull out from my little satchel. I'm gonna pull out a uncut casing and attach it, and then put it onto a necklace, just for like not necessarily infused, but like for holding onto.
Yep.
And I'll hand it back to her and say, "You have no idea how powerful this is."
Oh, she takes it and she goes, I already have a pretty powerful gem. If you want it, and it seems like it's important to you, if you want it, you can have it. I don't care.
Kieran's like hesitating a little bit and like kind of has a thoughtful moment and says, "No, I don't think I will touch that again." And he kind of like steps back a bit too.
He looks at like a booger.
All right. No problem. I'm actually gonna put the necklace on. Just
Okay.
wear it for a while. And I
Uh,
want to, I'm sorry.
As you put it on and feel it, there is, if you center yourself enough, the way you normally do in your meditations, you can feel a heartbeat. Just a slight, very little bit of a heartbeat.
Well, I was
with it.
gonna ask if I could do wholeness of body, which would regain me 18 hit points. So I just wanted to take a moment after I figured out all that stuff to just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna kind of like find a little squat corner and just meditate for a hot
I'm
second.
still legs up against the wall, laying flat. I'm just gonna
That's-
be that way for a little
and,
bit.
and that's how she rolled. And yeah, so as the necklace is brought back to you, you get into this kind of slight meditative state, wholeness of body. As you all watch her, she is just taking deep, calming breaths, and each time she breathes, there's a renewal that happens across her body. Some of her cuts start to heal, the blood dries faster, and you regain your 18 hit points. But in that meditative state, you connected a little bit with that stone, just to feel kind of its heartbeat that it has, that there is some sort of a presence that lives in there. Not as strong as the presence that lives in your stone. Your stone is almost like white noise to you at this point. You feel it, you know it's there, but you can tune it out because it's always there. This stone is new. It's a new kind of presence there.
Just carrying around a whole bunch of little things here.
You're like a colony. Who else wishes to explore their items or explore the rest of the room? Who wants to do what where? Yasin and then
Go
Kieran.
Yasin.
I grabbed some stuff, but I
Oh,
never
yeah.
properly got to check it
Yes,
out.
yes, you randomly grabbed, sir. Oh boy, goodness. I got a D1 just for this moment. So what I would like you to do is roll a D20,
Okay.
and if it's higher than 10, I roll with advantage. If it's lower than 10, I roll with disadvantage. And I will roll to see what item you got.
Oh, all right.
Have a list.
12.
Okay, so I roll with advantage. The reason why is you want the highest number. I have a list 1 to 100. The closer to 100 you get, the better the item would be, if you will, the more rare it would be. So I got a D100 right here. First roll.
Whoa. The thing just keeps rolling. I'm sorry. Like,
That is a 7 on the first roll. So let's see. Second roll. Here we go. Is it eventually gonna stop?
No.
Will it stop?
Nope.
Holy cow. There we go.
On the floor.
26. Okay,
26.
so with a 26, let's see what Yasin got. Open up my site here. Number one, with the grab that you did, you scooped up a couple of just generic jewelry items. You have 20 pieces of gold that you kind of scooped with that, and a necklace. The necklace is, you can easily tell it's kind of made of emeralds. It's got green gems that go kind of all across it. It's a woman's necklace, has very long green gems that move across. It's simple, but definitely worth something. You could probably pawn it to someone, or give it to another girl. Depends on what you're feeling like. But what you did get, what was unique, is you picked up a stone that has a rune carved on it. This rune has a magical presence around it. As you kind of rub your fingers across the surface of it, you get almost a spark from it, and you can feel your tattoo react to it. It's how you know that there's got to be some kind of magical property to it. I'd like you to roll Arcana for me.
Arcana +2. 11.
Okay. As you rub the rune, you can feel your arm weaken, as if the energy that kind of controls that magic, it almost like kind of short circuits for a second as you're rubbing that rune. What you have is a rune of dispel magic. It's a one-time use item, something that you basically could, you would have to be in contact with that person. But if you were to use it against someone who was in the midst of casting a spell, was prepping for one or something like that, you could use that rune to grab them and cast it and dispel that magic. And it's quite powerful. You could dispel quite a few things with that, including curses in the midst of happening, trapping spells, pretty much anything. So yeah, keep that handy. It's like a get out of jail free card.
Oh, can I? So I also got the stone that matches my tattoos from Nim. Do my tattoos react to that one at all?
Roll another Arcana.
Okay. 4.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a rock.
Now it doesn't mean there's no magic in it. That's what you're noticing. It's just that you're not connecting with it right now. It may take more time, more energy, but the ring feels like it should have magic, but you're not getting it to do it, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
I will tell you, it is a magical ring. You do have a water-based magical ring. You just ain't connecting with the bugger right now, but you could.
Okay.
But if you tried to use it, unlike Estrella or Grimm, who have made their first connection with the ring, you actually could not cast anything with it right now. It is dead to you, but it has the potential.
So can I just put it on? Okay.
Yep. It's a nice looking ring. Suits you very well. Definitely matches your garb. And hopefully you'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna figure this thing out.
Nice.
All right. What else are we doing inside this space?
Kieran.
Yeah, I've got a 20 and a 16. I had the weirdest experience. I was trying to grab a mosquito off of my monitor, and I grabbed it by the legs, and it stabbed me. It was like trying to suck my blood to like defend itself, and I was like, I'm so confused.
How dare you?
That's what was going on in faces and stuff, but I had no idea.
Yeah, no, because I didn't want to squish it against my monitor, and so I was like, anyway, I got a nat 20 and then a 16
Okay.
for the ring and the blue gem.
I know you said I could choose, but I want you to choose. Where do you want your nat 20 to go?
I want it to go on the ring.
Okay. Describe the color of your ring.
I think it was like a silver with a yellow.
Okay. As you grab this ring and you put it on, there is an electric charge that you instantly feel, and it feels good. Like it feels natural, like a boost of caffeine. You're just like, and you immediately recognize this energy that's coursing through you. As you had gone through your travels, you encountered many who were skilled at lightning magic, and you could feel what it was like when they cast it in your presence, that kind of energy and excitement in the air right before they shot out a lightning bolt or a thunder wave or some other kind of natural magic in that fashion. You know that this carries lightning-based magic. And in fact, this is a ring that will cast lightning bolt. It has 2 charges that will, and it renews at dawn. It'll renew at dawn, and you can cast lightning bolt 2 times with this particular ring. Of course, you still need to attune to it. So if you cast it now, who knows what would happen? It's like, well, magic. But yes, you have a lightning-based ring. Now the gem, this blue gem, as you work with it, and start to examine it and do what you do as an artificer. You can see that this was handcrafted with meticulous attention to detail. This gem is well cut, polished, and it's been imbued with a rippling energy that goes through it. And this energy feels cosmic to you. It doesn't have the feeling of ice or water or any of those elements. Instead, the closest thing that you could describe it as, it feels the way the Tavern of Realms feels when you kind of look out into space. That same kind of buzz and energy that comes from the space that surrounds the tavern, it almost feels like a piece of that is trapped inside of this gem. You don't know what it does or why yet, but you do know that much.
I'm gonna pocket it and then take the ring, and I'm actually going to take the ring and give it to Estrella. The healer
Okay.
needs a little additional defense since you're the healer.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
pass it over.
Estrella, you now have 2 rings. One that you know through Kieran will cast Lightning Bolt. Again, must attune. And then the other one that has some sort of undefined air magic at this time. You don't know what it does, just that it's air-based. So nice. Make a note of that. And as you attune to your items, I can create the item. You can also create it yourself, but if you want me to, I can easily create any of these items for you and put them into your inventory along with their charges and use and stuff like that. So
Okay.
cool beans. Now, you have 2 rooms, each with areas to be explored. If you wish to explore, you can. Grim,
I was gonna see if I could read part of the wall, or whatever, with my Eye of the Rune Keeper or something.
yes. So as you use Eye of the Rune Keeper, this ability that you have gained through Alexander, this is a pact ability for you. Immediately, Alexander stands beside you, which is new. It's never happened before. It's new for Alexander too, because he's like, hang on, what? Oh, damn, is it? Shit, this is part of the new pact thing. Are you? Fine. Everybody else in the room, you hear and see Alexander talking to Grim in his full glorious form, wearing his black suit, black hair, very pale skin, this very prim, proper demeanor, his strong shoulders kind of pushed back. This dude just looks at everyone and goes, hi. Shit.
Yasin pulls out his scimitar.
What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you that, Grim.
I was just trying to read the wall.
Using Eye of the Rune Keeper. Oh shit! This is new. This is new. And he kind of pulls you over to the side into a corner so that nobody else can hear. And you, unless anybody wants to try and eavesdrop, you're welcome to do so. You have to roll for it.
Oh,
Anybody want to roll for that?
Yes, I do. I do. I want to receive it.
Emily always wants to know the tea. Emily's like, let me hide behind this mushroom. Let me fall through the mushroom.
Go
Let's
for
do
it.
it through stealth. Both of you roll stealth.
Oh no.
Of course, it's just
you can
good.
listen without being noticed.
I've been rolling really good so far, so this is gonna be really good.
All right,
Knock
Mim,
it
what's your roll? A 1? Okay, cool.
I do have inspiration, but I don't want to use it.
You go deaf.
8.
A 1 and an 8. Okay, the cap was 10. I said it low, but not like that low. So
Yeah,
as the two of you move off, Grim, you notice Estrella and Nim trying to like get closer, like almost comic, like tip, 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 tip.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like hunched together, holding each other's hand.
And then
That's pretty accurate.
How do you want to respond, Grim?
I'm just gonna be like, is it really important that nobody hears because there's like 2 people behind us?
And then like Alexander looks at the two of you and he's like, "Can we have a little privacy, please? Would that be too much to ask?"
Yep, I'm walking over.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, I have a question. Like, what is Link think of? Is Link still here with us?
No, remember, I forgot to remind you. So Link and Zelda are both gone. They did not teleport there with you.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yep, no, good question. Alexander looks back at you, Grim, and he goes, "Your friends are amusing. I think I like them. Anyway, so this new pact that you and I have now, it's not the same as before. It's not
So
born of subservience. It's born of, it's born of love, Grim.
Oh,
I didn't know you felt that way about me.
me, you.
It's just, anyway, this changes things between us. Me being here, for one. Interesting. So if that's true, you can summon me into the material plane. I can exist here physically. And he reaches out and he touches you on the shoulder.
Mhm.
And he goes, "I'm here with you, with all of you. I can affect things in this realm through you."
Have you never been able to do that before?
Well, not in a very long time. I used to live in the material realm, but well, like Estrella's deity and others of our kind, eventually we ascend, we reach a new plane, a new form. We cannot affect this one any longer. It's why we make deals with people like you, looking for power, looking for clarity. It's our way of being able to influence our home. But now I can come back. I can be here again.
Hmm.
That's something. I wonder. Call on the weapon. The one that
What?
I gave you. Scythe.
Did I give it a name? I forget.
The scythe, I don't think you do.
No,
Okay.
you didn't.
Oh, let me think for a hot minute. Oh man, I can't think of something right now. Okay. I'll come up with it later.
Yeah, so you try to summon it. It doesn't come to your hand. And Alexander looks at you and goes, "That's not right. Let me try." And you see him kind of well, shit. Okay. That's weird.
Alexander can't get it up.
How dare you?
Hot damn, people.
I'm so sorry.
I thought I told you to go away.
Yeah,
Im.
serious moment.
Yeah, Nick. She came back.
I came back to tell you about my gem, but it's fine.
She was like, I walked away, but I got curious again.
I have a theory. On that, but I'll get back to you. For now, just realize that if I can be summoned here to this plane, keep in mind I can also die permanently. I'm mortal here.
Oh,
But at the same time, if you need me, I can fight by your side as well. Food for thought. Is there anything that you needed aside from just reading the walls?
not really. But I didn't know I was gonna call you.
I'll try to resist the urge to come every time you call.
Well, okay. So I have a question. Have you never made a different kind of pack? Don't you control the packs?
The packs are born of different levels of need. Yes, I've done other packs before with mortals who have come and gone, but there was no emotion involved in it. No one ever cared. I will be honest. So when you saved me in the caves, that was something new for both of us. It may take some time to learn exactly how this works, but we're in it together, Grim.
No, we're gonna attached just a little bit.
Yeah, we're sort of stuck at the hip now, aren't we? Great. Thanks for that. No, it's not really. It's great. I'm going to go now, but you can read these walls, have fun. I'm going to see if I can figure out what happened to the scythe. That concerns me.
Are you satisfied with your care?
Are you,
Can you
are
go
you,
away?
are you satisfied with your level of care?
Okay, buddy. I don't know how to act.
Alexander does lean
It's
over.
new for her too. She's like,
Alexander just kind of leans forward and he kisses you on the cheek, Grim, and he whispers, "I really will come when you call." And then as you blink, and he's gone. But the room before you, you can read everything. You can. This is gonna be fun.
Jessica's reaction. I was trying to hold it together, but
So a couple of things to take from that. One, yes, in the physical realm, Alexander can die. He is right. He can fight alongside you.
Okay.
What he wouldn't tell you, which you would kind of know yourself, Grim, his bestial form, his demonic form, he can fight alongside like that. If you were to use him to fight in that form, he does come with some seriously boosted stats. He's one nasty mofo to fight, but it takes your concentration to do it, which means you could not fight. You would basically have to put yourself in a safe place and concentrate and use him as your fighter.
it would be
and
like
he-
my weapon.
Yep, he would be your weapon. If you got hurt or damaged or broke your concentration for any reason, his form would just disappear. He wouldn't die. He just wouldn't be in the material plane anymore.
Yeah, I got it. That makes sense. I mean, like you have to focus for him to stay there.
Yep. As far as the scythe, we'll resolve that in a second. So at this time, again, if you were to fight, you do not have your spiritual weapon, but you will have access to it soon. It's just waiting for story. But the room, you can read it. Everywhere you look, you see words and letters and numbers and symbols scribbled all over the place. It's a lot to take in. It's extremely overwhelming to be able to see everything. It's kind of like look at the long going house, car, cat, dog, math thing. It's like everywhere, words, but you're starting to see phrases appear. And as you string the phrases together, the pattern that you notice is almost like a poem. And it's when you kind of reach the start of the pattern and go through it again, you see that it's the lullaby of the Night Mother, the stone that Nim had found that you had first translated back in Faerun, just that bit of the title. The whole poem is there in front of you.
Ooh.
Do you wish to write it down, read it
Yes.
out loud? Okay. And so you can do that. Everybody's got, some paper and some stuff they can write with. So you do that and you write down the entire poem. And what the poem is, I can tell you right now as you write it. We can go back to my computer. Yeah. All righty. Bring up my notes. Bring up my notes. So the poem is this. Do not fear the songs of the night. Sleep in slumber of the songs that keep the hearts of the children still. Listen. Listen to the song and know its will. Keep your gaze far from the light. Embrace in darkness, hold it tight. Seek not the unknown that is seen, and burns that which lies between. My child, do not travel far. Safe you are in my arms. And know not trouble or why I weep, but keep your heart safe beneath. Our love reward to give you this, a song of love, so you won't miss that which bounds the soul of time, a mother's love, because you are mine. I will send you that so you don't have to write it down. I don't have to repeat it a bunch of times, but I will send that to you right now. But that is what you write down. Now you've seen this in Faerun and in Hyrule. Interesting.
I'm going to be like while she's writing this down, I'm gonna sneak up behind her and like hold my new weird gem like up to her ear to see if she can hear the heart beating. Just I'm quiet, just quietly like can she hear it?
Do you want me to roll?
Yep. Roll perception.
Oh, no, that's perception. Oh, that was stuck. I thought it was a 1. It's a 7 though. It's not really great. But it just went on the mat. I was like, okay, no rolling.
You can't really hear the heartbeat. What you can hear is Nim's breathing and feel it on your neck. And kind of like
How close is she to me?
I'm pretty close. I'm like right behind you. I have a necklace on, so it has to be close enough for my necklace to be in your
Oh, so
ear.
you like we're right there.
Yeah.
Okay. What Grim's gonna do? Is okay, she's right here. She's putting a rock and breathing really heavy. I'm just gonna go. So the rock is okay. I'm like, can I have you? Today you've been very creepy.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've got like I don't know, more life, I guess, than usual. I guess I'll say now. But that's fine. Can you hear it? It's got a heartbeat in it, apparently. Like it's a little thing.
I didn't
not-
hear your heartbeat. I heard your breath.
Oh damn.
Your hot breath.
She holds her breath and holds it out.
Estrella, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. 20. Dirty 20.
Oh,
Say, holy shit.
nice.
Girls rolling.
You instantly feel the necrotic damage on your arm.
Oh, no. Damn, I always forget about that.
You're half zombie.
Now, you're controlling your outward reaction to it. If anybody watched you, you're just looking around, messing with books and, watching the others do their thing. But you can feel this start to pass your elbow. And as you kind of bend, it becomes more difficult. You feel your breath catch. The pain is incredible, but you are able to not show it. You do know that it's accelerating. What do you do?
Oh, no. Oh, do I have any more? Is that vial of stuff that I was putting on my arm, is that empty at this
No.
point?
Not at all. You barely used it. It's almost full.
I barely used it because I keep fucking forgetting about it. Okay. I'm just gonna like nonchalantly, I want to just like go over to the, you said it was like an alchemy table over there. I want to kind of go over there. Like I'm looking around. I'm going to immediately put a bunch of shit on my arm.
I want you to make 2 rolls for me.
Okay.
Sleight of hand,
Okay.
a dex save.
Dex save. Okay. All right. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Well, sleight of hand's a natural 1 because I
Everybody notices that shit.
Awesome, I love it. What's your dex save?
all right. All right. I just rolled 2 natural 1s in a row, Chris. So I would like you to just shoot me in game.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
get me out.
That's nice, man.
We're offing
Yasin,
Estrella.
Yasin goes, you keeping moist, right? It's good.
No, no.
Yasin, as you say that, Estrella,
I pulled out my cocoa butter.
No.
as hard as you're trying to hold this in, Estrella, and you make it to the table without any issue, nobody notices you. But as you pull out the vial, that movement of your body, you feel a surge from this necrotic tissue reach up into your bicep and just kind of just grab you and freeze you in that moment. And you just let out the smallest gasp of pain, but it causes you to double over. As you do, everyone can hear you crash into some of the potions that are there as your arms reach out, and a couple of bottles fall off the table. But the vial in your hand slips out of your,
No. No.
and it rolls towards the edge of the table. You can try to catch it.
I can try to catch it.
You can try.
Who's closest to her? I'm right.
You are not close.
I'm not close.
It could be a very high athletics check for
Athletics,
you.
athletics or acrobatics? I mean,
Which one's higher?
acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Both of mine are
At
shit.
your distance and in this split second, you need to beat a 25.
Oh no.
Fuck me.
I was
Where
gonna
is athletic?
I don't know if I
Why
can
even
do
have
that.
athletic? Oh yeah, I do.
Anything yet?
Oh, I'm not gonna be of help. I have a -3 in athletic.
And
Not
I-
even
You're basically there. Yep.
pretty much.
Can me and Nim both try?
You are welcome to both try. Yes.
Sweet. Okay. I gotta save my baby.
Kieran's on the other side in the artificer station looking for stuff.
I got a 17. I can't do it.
And you got a
It's a 19.
19.
Oh no.
As the two of you hear this crash, and you just immediately, you just bolt for your friend. You don't even know what's wrong, but you two move at lightning speed. It's as if the world is in slow motion. And you see this vial edge towards the table. And both of you reach out with your hands to try and grab it. But as you get close to Estrella, you watch the vial just tip over and fall. And as it does, Estrella, you feel this necrotic damage just seize up your arm and you can't even reach for it. And all you can do is watch as it crashes against the stone floor and just seeps this red potion into the grouts and across the cobblestone.
Is there any left?
There is some on the stone.
Oh yeah, no, I'm on my knees. I'm on my hands and knees, just getting smearing my hands and whatever I can that's on the ground and just smearing it on my arm. Broken glass and all.
Oh my god.
I feel like
And
that.
that works.
Yasin's like, we'll find a cloth. It's fine. It's okay.
You all watch, and Kieran, you heard this, so I imagine you're going to come around the corner to see what the crash is. And you all watch as Estrella is on her knees, tears streaming down her face as she is just grabbing this with her hands and slathering it all over her arm. She's ripping off her armor, pulling back her sleeves, and you can see this dead tissue just all across her right arm. And you watch as she just slathers this stuff all over it. And you can see it start to recede. It heals around the bicep into a nasty scar, heals around the elbow, pulls back to the middle of her forearm, and the healing stops there, similar to where it was before. You can now see her hand. For the first time, you see the way the skin is blackened and bony around her knuckles and fingers. You can see her wrist looking skeletal. And then you see the scars up her arm. And you can see it traveling towards her chest where these scars are. How long she's been fighting this disease. For about 24 more hours, Estrella, you are safe from the disease. But as you feel this healing magic wash over you with this potion, you see the last remains of this potion being absorbed into the stone until there's nothing but a damp spot and broken glass.
Eli, can you pull that out the stone? It's
Ooh.
liquid.
Is it water-based?
It's a liquid.
Well, you would know.
No, I didn't make it.
Who made it?
It was given to me.
Oh, by the nurse
Yeah,
back in
she gave it to
Pharaoh.
me. Shit, liquid.
Wait, Estrella, you've been dealing with this since Tavern.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, can I do that? No, I don't think. No.
Try.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Do something, damn it!
All of a sudden, I'm in charge.
You
Captain.
could always chop
me a
your arm
straight
off and have
D20
them
roll.
look like
Give me a
Wait.
state D20 roll.
Okay.
B to 10.
Beat a 10. Oh, man. 15.
Okay. Nicely done. Yasin, you hear Grim going, Yasin, can't you? And immediately you just sort of bring your tattoo up. You feel the energy swirl around you. You reach out for whatever liquid is in this stone, and sweat pours down your face as you just grip and twist. It's as if you're battling with the stone to pull something out, and you do. And you get this small little drop of potion that just plucks from the stone, and you hold it there in your hand, just shaping it. And you can't. There are plenty of vials around. A lot of them are empty. And you bottle up, you find a cork for it, and you're able to give that to Estrella. Estrella, you can look at it and you know that there is one more dose left. And so instead of having a day or two, you now have 2 or 3 days, maybe 4.
While I hand it to her, I'll be like, that seems rather important, isn't it?
It is. Thank you. I'm gonna turn around. Can I, with the shit in front of me, can I see if there's any way I can recreate it with what I have?
Can we use the sample?
Yeah,
to
can we?
figure it out between me and her since we have magic?
You two are welcome to try.
Or try?
You're absolutely welcome to try. We'll go through what that looks like with the two of you and what you need to roll to see what you can determine. Does anybody else want to do anything else in this room before, because basically we're gonna end with the two of them at the table before I introduce another story element to push us along.
What time of the day is it, by the way, Chris?
It's hard to tell because you haven't seen the sun in a while, but it has been definitely over 24 hours. So if you started, because you all left in the morning and followed Link, so it is probably pretty close to mid-morning, kind of 10, 11 o'clock-ish, somewhere around there.
Cool.
Long enough for Estrella's disease to rear its ugly head.
Nim doesn't want to go into the other room. She's not too interested in like swords and shields,
Okay.
but she has already too many weapons on her. I'm gonna look around in the room that I'm in right now while they're trying to figure out stuff. But if I like hear that they're having problems, I want to jump in.
Sure, roll investigation. Anything you're looking for in particular amongst these books, or just anything that's interesting?
Look for things that are helpful, like potions.
I mean, I can look through for anything. I'll look through some of the chests too, but I want to like kind of kick the chest before I open it because I'm like,
Sure, I want to see if it's a mimic.
is it real?
God.
And yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna say that Yasin goes over into the armory room and goes over to the whetstone to sharpen his scimitar blades because they've gotten a lot of use.
It has. It definitely has. You've done some stuff. Kieran, are you gonna return back to the to that room?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to that little artificer station and see if I can find any infusing tools and see if I can find any gemstones that I could maybe infuse into a weapon or a piece of armor or something.
Sure. You go ahead and give me an investigation roll as well. And then Yasin, join him in that investigation roll.
Ooh.
All right, so your investigation pulled up, Nims? 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so with a 10, inside of this room, you're searching through the books, you kick all the chests. A couple of them kind of jingle a little bit as if there's something inside, and you kind of jump back, but none of them are mimics. Some are empty. Most of them that you kick are empty, but there's a couple that could be full. They're all locked. But you start to rifle through the books, and immediately your eye catches two.
Okay.
One of them is a book on healing, and the cover of it reads "Modern Medicine for a Modern World." And
World War II. No, I'm just kidding.
and you pull that book out and you have that. And then a second book that catches your eye is Better Ways to Play Your Lute, or your flute.
My flute. Oh, that's helpful. I will put the flute one away for now, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the other book over to the table. I don't know if this will help, but
I'll take it since your
Modern-
arm is having issues.
and I'm gonna kind of stay around them to watch what's going on.
Sure. So Estrella and Grim, I want the two of you to roll. I want a nature check, an arcana check, and a history check.
Yeah.
Now you can assign your highest numbers to whatever you want, but we're looking for nature, arcana, history. Any order with your numbers. So as you figure those out, kind of keep track of what they're for. Kieran and Yasin, what were your investigation rolls?
14.
19.
Okay. So the two of you have been starting to kind of form a bond through just being around each other as crazy shit happens. So it's almost it's an unspoken thing between the two of you that you're sort of becoming in a way, yeah, bros. And you all know the two guys here too anyway. but you're sharing mutual interest.
Yeah, zombie women. Am I right? Like what?
The two of you start to talk. You're sharing a mutual interest in weapons and kind of looking over the Hyrulean basic designs of shields and swords. And the two of you kind of laugh because the weapons that you have are clearly superior to what they have. But you do notice that the person who was the master of this space was an artificer and did have tools that are present there for enchanting objects. In fact, you see that there is an enchanted shield there. That's nothing to sneeze at, but you can feel the energy that comes from it. And you know that the tools are there. And in fact, what Kieran knows is that the tools are so fine. There's such a grading of them that these tools could take something like an enchanted ring and attach the gem inside of it into a weapon. That you could get that fine and that minute if you wanted to with it, all the way up to your standard hand-sized gem, if you will. And so, Kieran, if you so choose, you can take these tools. No one is here to stop you or say otherwise. You can add these fine tools to your satchel of goodness.
I will take them immediately. Tools.
Before they disappear into the backpack, can Yasin have Kieran attach the water ring to my scimitar?
Absolutely, if Kieran's willing.
Kieran, please. It looks so cool.
I'll take the ring.
Oh my gosh.
I'll look at it. With the actual ring, analyzing the ring, is it like one stone that has been like forged in, like that's been carved out, or is it like a bunch of different stones to create the ring?
It's a few stones. It's 3, 1 center, and 2 to either side that are smaller. And as you pick it up and work with it, just with your high knowledge of gems and everything, and as you're kind of polishing it and watching it, you can see that this does very well contain water-based magic. You can feel the rippling energy from it, and you can convey to Kieran that this will give you. It will not only enchant your blade, but it will give you the ability to cast a spell with it.
Do we want to attach to your blade?
Yes, please. That sounds
Okay.
dope.
So, Chris, how do you want to do this? Because there's 3 stones. I'll have to remove them and then attach them.
So give me a strength roll and add your strength modifier to it to see how quickly you can remove these. And then after that, I want you to give me a let me see, give me 1 second here. What to roll to attach them? Maybe I'm really waiting for this to pop up.
I have a question. Do we want Eli to roll for the attachment portion?
He'll need to roll. Yeah, he will. Almost like an attachment attunement phase. So you know, Kieran, that as you're going through this, you need his spirit to be part of this process so that it attunes to him. So Eli, I want you to roll religion. It's the closest thing I can think of that might work for this kind of attaching your spirit to it. Give me a religion roll to see how successful quickly this works. And then to attach, I want you to let's go with sleight of hand for dexterity. Kieran.
Okay.
So what was your strength roll to pull them out?
13. So it's going to be a little slower of a process.
Yep. This is going to take a little bit longer than you want.
And then 19 plus, so that's 23.
Okay, 23. So it'll take you about 30 to 45 minutes to kind of pull these out. without damaging them. You're really taking your time. These are small gems. Reattaching them is pretty quick. Once you've got them out, you arrange them nicely onto the main blade, top blade, if you will. You kind of are you looking to attach them into the blade, into the hilt? What's your direction with that, Kieran?
I'll attach them towards, so I know that there's like 2 blades, so I'll put the smaller ones on the backbone of the blades.
Yep.
On either one, and then I'll have the centerpiece on like he has the 2 grip, and then it'll be right in the center, so it's not disruptive to his native way of using his weapon, but it also kind of has this like trifold force of energy that goes out to the blades.
Nice. That'll work. That'll round it out to about a good solid hour of work. You attach quickly, but it takes you a while to take them off. Yasin, your religious roll, please.
It is 14.
14. It's going to take you a good day to really attune to this item, to keep it with you, to almost kind of keep your presence connected to it. And Kieran starts to show you how that goes. He's very familiar with the enchantment process. And as you learn the basics of that, it's up to you to continue it for the rest of the day. So if you decide to use this at any time before the day is up, before 24 hours is up, it will be a wild cast. It could backfire on you. After that point, you'll be fully attuned to your blade and to its magical abilities, which will fully unlock for you.
All right.
Kieran basically just gave you, think of it like a heritage or a legacy weapon. This sucker will be able to level up with you. It'll be you'll be hard pressed to find something that's going to be better than it as you move through the game. That's the fun of this.
It's your new best friend.
You best friend?
They're holding
Now,
hands.
Yeah.
at the table.
Yeah.
This is going to be harrowing. Ladies, give me your
Oh,
Arcana roll.
Arcana 19.
19.
Okay. So the 2 of you pour over this potion, and you're using your magical abilities and the items that are present to split it into its component parts and centrifuges. You're spinning it telekinetically, and you kind of see the differences, and you're going through and you're trying to figure out, okay, this is specifically what, this is specifically what, do we have that here? You are able to identify that this is made of 5 different components. Give me a nature roll. What's your nature roll?
6.
12.
3 of those components are present. 2 are missing or just unknown to you right now.
Okay.
And give me your last roll.
5.
16.
Between the 2 of you, you're not fully sure what those last 2 components are. You know you have 3 of them. The 3 components that you have are fairly common. One of them is wolfsbane, mistletoe, and nightshade. Now, these 3 components come from werewolf cures, the wolfsbane. They come from poisons, the mistletoe and the nightshade. The 2 components that you're missing, you know, have to be some sort of a counter agent that takes away the killing aspect of the mistletoe and the nightshade, and instead turns them not to kill the host, but to kill the infection, if you will.
Okay.
So you know what it's supposed to do, but you don't exactly know what those components are yet. Just a direction to go in.
While they're doing this, Nim's going to be kind of back there, like nervously, like, I don't know how to help them, sort of
Look at
thing
the
like
book.
that. Huh? I gave you the book.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll look through the book.
And this is your combined knowledge and everything. You're trying to basically deconstruct a potion that was never fully explained to you. So it's actually you got pretty far, 3 out of 5.
She's gonna have like been messing with Crumbs, so Crumbs is here, and then she's just gonna kind of, that's almost a nervous reaction, reach into her satchel
Mm.
and find the gem and kind of like just start to like worry rub it a little bit.
As you do, you hear a little voice over your right.
Little.
Well, it's little in volume,
Okay.
a quiet voice over your right shoulder. Can I help you with something?
I think something real quick. I'm like, can I think this to you, or do you like I don't have to talk to you, or what's going on here? What's going on? How do we do this? How do
You can think the words.
so? How, I don't know how to help. I'm not very good at magic things.
Oh, I'm great at magic things. I'm great at all things. What's the problem?
I'm unpretentious. Okay.
I'm old, dearie. I've been around.
Oh, you're this old thing. That's so cute. Kieran said this is a little young thing, so
You see him lean down. He kind of grabs onto your robe as he leans to look at it, and he goes, and you see him, and he goes, well, he's right. Very young, but great potential.
Okay. We're gonna keep this one away from you.
Well, I don't want it, but fascinating. Someone's in there, you know. Just in case you were wondering.
Can I talk to it like I talk to you?
As you would talk to a child. I don't know how conscious it is of the outside world, but it will grow in time.
And that's not the focus here. Let's focus. Hold on.
Talking to yourself.
Talking to myself, yes.
Oh, I was like, he's pretty well cast.
No, do you know how to tell what's in that potion? Right there.
You see him look over and he goes, maybe. As you blink, he moves from your shoulder to the table and starts walking around Estrella and Grimm's hands. And he's very casual about it, making sure not to touch them, but it's not like he's darting and dodging, and he's almost like just sort of oddly prancing around them. And he looks at the book, close. And he goes to the potion itself, and he reaches through the glass and then pulls out a little drop, and he tastes it. Oh, that's spicy, nice. Interesting. And then he looks at the 3 components that Grimm and Estrella have collected. He goes, Wolfsbane, Nessus, Mistletoe, Nightshade, Clothes. And he looks up at the 2 of you. Of course, you can't see him, but he goes, clever, quite smart, but so far that would kill her instantly. It'd be delicious to watch.
No.
As you blink, he's back on your shoulder again.
No, that's my friends. I mean, I know I haven't known them for long, but I like to think of them as my friends. And I like to not have my friends die on me.
Kieran, give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use your high number. Roll disadvantage on this one. Number?
Okay, 17 plus 4, so 21.
Okay.
Ooh.
Kieran, you hear a distant voice. It's mumbling to you. You're not exactly sure what it's saying. You're not even sure if it could just be the ladies in the other room talking over the potion. You're not sure, it might have a male tilt to it. But your battle sense kind of goes off, your skin tingles, and you feel your breath getting a little cold again. You know something's there, but you could have wanted.
I'm gonna stand up and like I'm at the kind of artificer table. I'll walk slowly around the corner and just kind of like open up my senses in a way and just like follow almost the same way that I did whenever I was looking at the like ethereal magic in the other chamber. Just kind of search for that.
Yeah. Yes, and you see Kieran just get up and move. Like he's not saying anything. He just gets up and goes after he finishes teaching you how to attune. What do you do?
I guess I'm put the scimitar sheath it and Kieran follow him.
Kieran left in like the middle of a sentence too. He was talking about like
Yeah,
some of the
like-
attunement method.
Like what you're gonna do with the blade is
just blocks
Yeah.
off.
Kieran.
You are right. You and Yasin are together. Kieran, every other blink, you think you see something on Nim's shoulder, but then you see crumbs. But then you see a thing, and then you see crumbs, and it's almost like William Shatner. There's something on the wing. Like you're not sure if it's there, and you'd have to do another roll if you want to investigate that more thoroughly.
I'm gonna close my eyes and use my senses to kind of like feel what's going on and see if I can figure it out, and then I'm gonna open my eyes.
Give me a wisdom saving throw. And we'll resolve that in a second. Back to Nim. Your shoulder friend looks at you and he says, I absolutely know the other two components she would need. I could recreate that potion for her, but you already know what I'm going to say, don't you, dearie?
I don't have any more nose for you to feed on, so that was weird anyway.
You have 4 other people in this room.
Do you not understand the concept of friends? They're not for eating.
All of my and you could sacrifice just a bit of yourself.
That'll work. You'll tell me what the 2 ingredients is and make a new potion.
If you want me to make a new potion, it will cost you a little extra.
What, can I get like a zit or something? Like, come on.
Yes, something like that.
Don't you fucking do it for this potion. Don't you fucking do it.
You can join the Metal Arm Club.
I will chop off my arm, Jessica.
Listen. Why is a part of me equal to a whole person?
That knoll hardly classified a full person. You all killed her to within an inch of her life. There was barely anything to taste from her.
But you're asking to take one of my friends here.
What I could do with a whole body, you have no idea the things I could do.
It's still a no. Don't think about it.
Then just give me a little taste of your
Kinky.
No.
Tick tock.
Hey. All right, fine. I can handle it. We're good here. Take a little bit. You give me the potion ingredients, and maybe through me, we can make the potion for her. As long as the things are here. If they're not here, then you're not doing it.
If we make the potion, it's more the little that I take. If you simply want the ingredients and to hunt for them yourselves, then I take just a little. Decide. She won't last forever, and that will kill her, even with the potion. We're just buying her time.
Do you know of a way to make it better?
You can't afford that information.
I don't think you know what I could afford, sir.
The deal is 2 ingredients for a little, a potion for a lot.
I'll trust my friends being smart enough to figure this out. Just give me the ingredients. For now.
Fine. Make a wisdom saving throw. You need to beat a 10.
But I need to be.
The voice stays.
15. Oh, do I have a lot of personality in here?
You do. You're strong. We will have a long partnership together. I can do many things for you. Knowledge, power. I can save your friends. All of them.
So I can just call on you whenever.
Whenever I am at your service. But remember, dearie, magic always comes with a price. And as he disappears, you have 2 images that come to your mind. Plants. One of them is a blue bonnet bell flower. And the second is a marigold. These 2 will counteract the poison within the potion and will leave it perfectly safe to use on the infection. And it will keep it at bay, as strong as it once was before.
Do I see those items in the room at all?
No.
No.
But as you start to flip through the book casually, those 2 stand out to you. The image in your mind is exactly the drawing in the book that you see.
I'm gonna kind of squeeze between them and the table and be like, these 2, I think, what you need, what you're looking for, are here. They're very good from what I've heard, very healing flowers, and when mixed with other things tend to be quite potent.
Where did you pull that flower from?
It's in the book. Oh, it's in the book. I remembered something one time. There was a time where my monk master told me there was a way of healing yourself without having to meditate. Like if you're that bad off, you know, like you find yourself some bluebells and some marigold and you mush it up. It's a couple more components than that, but you know, it's like, yeah.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll insight.
Can I see if like there's truth to
Better be a good one.
any
Yeah, I
of
wanna see if she's telling
that?
something.
Not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
to the if it would work, not to
Sure.
what
I
she
want
just
you
did.
to roll nature. Kieran, what was your wisdom saving throw?
You know how I was rolling my wisdom saving throws with disadvantage?
Yeah.
You guys want to see something ridiculous?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
Oh my,
Wow.
oh my.
Wow.
Dude.
The ones are heavy.
You are all making this game spicy. I didn't intend for having this.
So that's not even just like a nat one, that's 2 nat ones
At the
with
same
disadvantage at the same freaking time.
time.
Wow. What an interesting time to get this. Kieran, you fall unconscious.
Just
Damn.
dead.
I've caught the vapors.
As you
You're gonna catch
as you open your eyes, you see this little creature that's on her shoulder, and it bows and it looks at you. And as it does, your vision blurs and blackens, and you faint. You just pass right out. And
Oh,
you,
man.
Jocelyn, you watch Kieran hit the floor like a sack of bricks. Just boom. And
I'm here for you, buddy. He falls forward. Oh no.
He's like, breathe.
You get Kieran in a second. And what, because you don't just pass out, you see something. You're taken. You're gonna have an out-of-body experience, sir. But let's start with the insight check from Estrella. What was your number on that?
12.
12. And your nature check, Grim?
17.
17. So as you're looking through the book, Grim, and you're reading the properties of these two flowers, and you're comparing them with the wolf's bane, the mistletoe, and the nightshade, you're sitting there and you're thinking about how this would work chemically, and it makes sense. There are properties within those two healing flowers that should cancel out the poisons, but not the potency, and should render it safe for attacking necrotic damage. You're pretty certain about this. You've got a really good feeling about it.
Okay.
Estrella, with your 12, Nim doesn't seem herself, but you don't know why. There's something about her that has changed. The Nim that you knew when you all first met in Faerun was boisterous and funny and neurotic and chaotic, but she was bubbly. She was a ray of sunshine. When you look at her now, you don't see a ray of sunshine. You see a cloud with bursts of lightning, and these sporadic moments of manicness from her are the lightning flashes. You can't tell if she's telling the truth or lying or anything like that. All you do know is that you can tell your friend has changed, and it could be the journey or it could be something else, but she is changing.
I have a little thing to add.
Yeah.
Well, Zim seeing that it is working by Grimm's calculations, and that I technically didn't feel any difference in how I am. She's going to play with the little gem that Kieran gave her, the necklace, and just kind of pop it out. And she's going to stick her other gem in the necklace and kind of tuck it in her shirt.
That static that you felt before turns into a comforting hum, like a warm blanket that wraps itself around you. You feel a very strong, comforting presence with this gem being right next to your heart. And the other one feels cold to you, where you once sensed a heartbeat. You can't really feel it there anymore because the presence of the other gem is so all-encompassing.
I'm going to hand the baby gem to Crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
And just said, you hold on to that, buddy. Then he can put it away.
And Crumbs will do that. He swallows it, and in about 8 hours. No, it's about too good. Everybody's just gonna swallow their gems. No, he kind of holds it and sort
Don't
of,
want anything in their
and
mouth.
then crawls down and kind of finds his. He's got a little home in your satchel where he kind of hangs out, and he puts it off to the side and
Does
sort of
Crumbs
nestles.
find her sus? Roll for Crumbs.
Oh, please.
I roll insight on the rat.
Crumbs is like, who are you? Mom?
Okay. Estrella's gonna give Nim a hug. She can't figure out what's going on with her. I'm gonna give her a hug. I'm gonna tell her thank you for the information. But like, I'm just gonna be like, if you need anything, like if something's going on, I got you. I owe you one.
Oh, no, no, no.
Please don't hesitate. No. She's gonna try to play it off. I want to hold her face and say I'm serious. And I'm gonna
That laser guided eye contact.
forcible eye contact.
Consent.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna turn back around.
All right.
Make it weird.
So the two of you just have to find, or rather not the two of you, but the group just has to find those 2 flowers. You can take the book with you, you can take just the pages, however you want to play it. It's easy for you to carry. But now you know, dog ear 'em, mark 'em, that kind of a thing. And you just have to find out where those 2 are.
Did we see Kieran pass out?
You would have, at this point, as you kind of finish with a hug and
He's been
everything,
on the floor the whole
I
time.
heard Yasin
Yasin's
on the
standing
floor.
it's as if rocks
Yes,
hit the ground. You just hear Kieran just sort of, laugh and crumble there. So you all turn and see him.
Oh God, can I go do some cleric shit?
You can do some cleric shit.
Bro, cleric shit this.
I'm gonna roll for cleric shit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me some of that cleric shit. Yeah.
Ah,
I
yeah.
don't.
I'll teach you some fighting moves if you want. Like,
First lesson: don't let anybody die.
Said the zombie.
Second lesson. The first one again.
That was mean.
So Estrella, what are you doing to help or figure out what's wrong with Kieran?
I will assess damage, and like an old Southern lady who's had the vapors, I want to see if I've got like some smelling salts or something because he doesn't like look wounded, just to see if I can bring him back.
No, alcohol swab. I got
Oh,
some brandy.
heavens,
Will that
yes.
work?
Narcan. I'm gonna Narcan him.
Roll medicine and Arcana.
Man, that's like the first time I've ever rolled nat ones, 2 of them in a row, like at the
That's
same time. It was like,
So here's what Kieran is going through. As you get your numbers, Estrella, Kieran, you don't see the ground, you don't feel the ground. As your eyes close, you get this slight sense of a falling sensation. You catch yourself, and you are standing in what looks to you like the space where the Tavern of Realms exists. But there's no tavern. There is a small stone path that you're standing on and leads a little ways in front of you.
gonna look behind me and see if it continues on that way, or if it's just like starting where I'm at.
You are the source. It starts right at you and carries in front of you maybe 100 feet at most.
I'll take a few steps forwards, carefully and cautiously, but I'll walk forwards.
Okay. As you walk forward, you get the sense that someone else is with you.
Keep
And
my
as
eyes looking around.
As you look around, you see the colors and clouds start to form a shape. And it's a shape that you recognize from your trip to the future. You see the visage of the Night Mother, what you've all been calling the Night Mother. You see these robes that drape from her in colors. From her hood, these crystalline horns appear. Her arms and legs are elongated, as if a person was pulled and stretched a little too far. Her fingers end in long claws. Her skin is either translucent or is made up of the nebula itself. Her whole body radiates colors as if she's made of a crystalline structure. If you study her, you can almost see the facets of the gems cut into her midriff and her arms that are bare.
Is she at the end of this path?
She is.
I'll keep walking, but recognizing her, do I recognize her as like the Night Mother?
You recognize her as the creature that appeared in the battle that killed Grimm and was killing all of your friends, past and present, as they held open a portal for you to travel back through time. You know she was in that fight. You also know that she's the one who wielded your soul gem.
I'll just like try to speak and just say, I know you.
You hear a voice come back into your head. It sounds like your own voice. And it says, you should. You're a part of me.
Part of you. How?
You travel through time. You wield a soul gem. That gem is now mine, a part of my body. I know you as well as you know yourself, at least up until the point when you lost it.
Does she have it? Does she have it on her visibly?
As she talks, you see it appear in her, where her collarbone area is, this glowing, warm orange, and then it fades back into the rest of her skin. I remember home. I remember what you did. What we did, in a way.
The source of the gem, my soul stone, is it connected to you as well? And I'll like look very intensely.
Mm-hmm. It is.
That's what we were mining this whole time.
Apart.
Having a sense of kind of understanding of the connection to my heritage, Kieran feels compelled to kneel.
All right. As you do, you hear a female voice whisper, "My child, you return home. Stand, Kieran. Stand. You went through a harrowing experience. You died twice already, and yet don't stay dead. It is a wonder that we are connected as we are. Strong you must be to have lost your soul stone in that fight. When I acquired it, I acquired your thoughts, your memories, your soul. We are connected, you and I. Even I don't fully know what that means, child. Only that I'm not the same as I was before we met. For good or bad.
Is this timeline still savable? And I'll ask her, kind of just reflecting on some of the things that I've seen of the people that I'm with, my friends, which are flickering between the heroes that I know them to be and some of the decisions I've seen them make, kind of struggling a moment as I have a choice.
You want to know if you can save your friends?
Yes.
It's an interesting question. Time is fluid. From where I stand, I've killed them all. I haven't been born yet. I'm you, and I'm me, right now in this moment, talking to you. Nothing is solid. Nothing is firm. I guess the short answer is yes, you could save them. I want you to save them, and I want to kill them. It's weird, this in-between with you and I. But I want you to know, I'm going to try really hard to kill them. Every last one. I'll save you for last, because we're part of each other. But I want you to save them too. How weird is that?
Can I insight check just to see beyond the voice and just like what the essence truly speaks, like this, like kind of tapping into the energy and seeing if this is like something malicious or if it's just cosmic chaos, so to speak.
Roll insight. Estrella, what was your medicine roll?
Oh, my medicine roll was 24.
20. Nice. Sheesh. As you examine Kira, going through all of your physical bag of tricks, smelling salts, little spritz of water, slap across the face, none of those are quite. What you start to notice is as you start to kind of feel his energies and his aura, is that there's a connection between him and some other worldly power. You felt deities before, and it's almost as if you're touching another deity's presence. And if you push hard enough, you could probably see what he sees.
Oh, I want to do that.
By the way, I rolled a 26 on the insight.
26 on insight. Roll Arcana, Estrella.
$18.
18. As you push, you feel your spirit leave its body and join Kieran's in the astral realm. Kieran, you sense her with an insight of 26, and your perception is just on point. You sense her at the start of the trail. You can feel another presence join you. You turn and look back to see Estrella. And Estrella, you are at the start of this stone pathway, surrounded by the energies and eddies of this in-between realm. And at the end of the path, you see the Night Mother, and you can see Kieran. Kieran, with your insight, you almost extend yourself out to dig past this voice and this presence. And you hear her voice talking to you calmly, and you hear your own voice telling you to not worry, it's okay. But you dig past that until you hear a deep, powerful voice whisper, "Not yet, Kieran." Estrella can hear this as well. And the two of you feel a hand on your chest, and you are pushed back into your bodies.
You asshole.
And you wake up. Estrella kneeling over Kieran, Kieran looking up at her. And you both blink your eyes. And the two of you share a look. Because you were both there. And you both know. At that moment, you hear this little sound of pitter-patter coming down the stairs. And you see this small elf lady. She's not young, but she's not old, middle-aged, if you will. Strong, vibrant. She has white hair, big pointed ears, and she kind of comes down the staircase, and you hear her go, "Well, I didn't think I'd actually find someone down here. White Lincoln Princess Zelda had mentioned that their friends might have still been trapped down here in the catacombs, and here you are. Fascinating. Forgive me. My name is Impa. You heard of me or not, but well, Link sent me to get you. Whew, it's a long way to run for these little legs of mine. If you will, I need you to follow me, please. If you've taken anything, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's the king's personal storerooms, but at this point, we don't care. Look, the king is on his deathbed, and we could use the help of the champions that managed to free Princess Zelda from below. So if you're willing, will you follow me, please?
Okay.
Let's go.
Yep, we're up.
I'm gonna grab
get
the
so
book and stuff it in my handbag.
Put Kieran on my piggyback.
Kieran's like, I can walk. This isn't necessary. And they're like,
Bro.
No,
I
that's
got you.
fine, but he's still carrying him. It's
He's
hilarious.
still-
as we're walking, Kieran's gonna like put his hand on Estrella's shoulder real quick and give her the look that he gave her in the astral plane. The same,
Yeah.
like almost like say nothing.
Estrella just nods very slightly and keeps walking.
All right. You two are the last to go in. Nobody sees you do this. You all follow Impa up the staircase. It winds a bit, and you can feel the elevation change going from this cool, dank underground cavern to a little bit more of the heat of the midday sun as you all step out. It's afternoon now. The light is blinding as you step into the sun, and you all have to cover your eyes for a second. And it takes you some time to adjust. But as you do adjust, you can see before you a refugee camp filled with strangers from all over, shops and places being set up at random. You see people who are hurt and bandaged. You see a castle that's in ruins and people crying and mourning for their king who is on death's bed. But more importantly, you see two camps of people you recognize. One, a group from the ship, those who took care of Cassian, and the goblins from Faerun.
The goblins.
That is where we will end tonight's harrowing episode.
We didn't
Oh,
find
yeah.
anybody.
Holy shit.
Oh,
What a
Oh
what
my
a
God.
mind. That was like a